Item number 3, Bob.
An ordinance adopting the town and Board of Education budget and capital improvement project budget and fixing the tax rate in mills for 2007-2008 fiscal year of the town. Mr. Chairman, I move for the adoption of the following resolution. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled Ordinance Adopting the Town and Board of Education Budget and Capital Improvement Project Budget and fixing the tax rate in mills for the 2007-2008 fiscal year of the town of East Haven, as introduced at public hearings held on April 9, 2007 and April 16, 2007, which consists of the budget as presented by the mayor, as amended by this council, as introduced and read, be and is hereby enacted.
Second by Councilman Langdon. Second by Councilman White. Okay. Now open to the public. Any comment from the public?
My name is Ed Foley, 22 Year Avenue. And what I just handed out was a printout of the East Haven School Strategic Profile, which shows the breakdown of expenditures and revenue for the East Haven school system. One of those is created for every school district in the state. As part of the show I do on ETV, I actually printed down all 145 strategic district profiles for the state of Connecticut. Try to determine where East Haven stands on spending money within the classroom for instruction and out of the classroom kind of on overhead. Turns out that East Haven, if you take a look at the spreadsheet that is attached, comes in last spending money in the classroom. At less than 50% of the money you give them, they spend in the classroom. Well, I don't know what you want to do with it. It is the Board of Education, and you know that problem has been around since I sat up there. You give them a bucket of money, and you kind of hope they spend it right, but they aren't. I mean, by all measures, they're spending less than half of it teaching. So I thought this council should know. And again, it's kind of up to you what you want to do with that information. Thank you.
And I have a question. Do we have any information regarding how this particular information correlates to test scores?
I haven't seen any numbers on correlation of spending to test scores. What's the biggest correlation for improved test scores that I've seen is the size of classes. Mm-hmm. The smaller the classes, the better the test scores. I think we've got, and I forget off the top of my head, close to 20, sometimes over 20. You know, the educational associations recommend 15 students per class. And it's expensive. And, you know, when you're spending this much money on overhead, it's probably unlikely you're going to be being able to reach that. But that's the biggest correlation for test scores.
Any other comments from the public?
Thank Mr. Foley. His programs are informational. To tie in a set amount to performance, I get the Hartford Current. I was shocked to realize the city of Hartford spends $15,000 per pupil. There's a lot of drawbacks living in one of the 3 poorest cities in the state. But, the amount of money we spend for education, we have to balance with what the town can afford, and because this elected body, by state statutes, delegates the Board of Education to be our agent to spend those funds, you're preaching to the choir. Those people that are elected to the Board of Education have the final say on how that money is spent. Once we pass the budget, we have no control over it. They have to go by state statutes. There's certain limitations that are put on them. How they spend it, and a lot of us may not agree, may agree with how they spend it, but put a monetary figure on the amount you spend on the student. You have to take into consideration the environment the student is in, what type of town they come from, what's the background. There's a lot of things that tie with it. But this information, which I hope to get a copy later on, is very helpful, and I thank you for it. Thank you.
Yes, I have a concern about something that we discussed in one of our workshops. And we talked about the $10,000 raise for the office of mayor. And I just want to reiterate some things that were discussed in that meeting. I just think that now is the wrong time to do that. We're going to revalue. Most taxpayers are going to see an increase of the average $700 was what was published in the paper. That's about the average increase. Also, this is a year when our unions have gotten traditionally a 2 to 4% increase somewhere in that neighborhood cost of living, and we're giving the position of mayor 13.5%. And I just think that's out of line with what we're doing to our unions. I personally, and this was brought up in the workshop, I think it was a great idea to revise the charter and put in a percentage increase commensurate with our unions. Personally, and I will say, I do not want to see that raise passed. I don't think it's a good thing to do to taxpayers at this time.
Well, I just want to say again, as I say almost every single year, I'm disappointed. We have no audience. We had no audience at public hearings that were both held for the Board of Ed and the town side of the budget. Everyone is just too complacent. If we were raising taxes, this room would be full of people from everywhere in town. We're raising taxes to a degree. We're spending your money. I'm preaching to the choir again, there's nobody here. But I really feel badly about that. We're here as elected officials, elected by the townspeople, and yet those townspeople are not here to give us input or support or negative whatever. They're just not here. We're a town that offers our taxpayers a whole lot of stuff for the dollars we spend here, much more than our neighbors. If you go down and break it out, you're getting much more for your taxes here than Cranford or any other place. The council's worked diligently to get the budget in order. No services are being cut. We're trying to spend the money wisely. No one's giving us any other input about that. We've kept all of the services in town with a minimum of the 3 valve and lower mill rate. I'm confident that both sides of the budget will provide workable but yet prudent spending of the money, but I want to see more people here, more people being concerned about what we're doing with your money. You're not here to tell me that I'm doing the wrong thing, and you're not doing your job as a taxpayer. And I just want to thank the Board of Finance, the Finance Director, the Administration, Board of Ed, everybody on the council for working and creating the final product, which I think is fair and equitable for the town.
As everyone knows out there, it's been a month-long process that we've been going through with this budget process. And everybody spent a lot of hours, time, their own time, free time, in getting this budget where it is. And we talked about the mayor's raise. I asked the Director of Finance this year to look into what the area of town mayors make. The town of East Haven's position was the lowest paid out of towns that we get compared to. The town of North Haven, the mayor there makes $93,000 a year. The town of Brantford, the first selectman, makes $94,000 a year. It's the lowest paid position. When the mayor makes less than most of his department heads, it's time to bring them up into the year 2000. If we do a charter revision after election, then we can give the mayor 3% or 4%, whatever the department heads earn that year. We decide to give to them. But to bring the position in line to almost what some fire chief makes and the police chief make, who make more money than the mayor of the town of East Haven. And he's the boss of whoever the position is, that is the boss of the town. Okay? And that's the reason why I think. If we can have a roll call vote now.
Barbara Cunningham?
Yes.
Fred Carlotto?
Yes.
Ken McKay?
Yes.
Vincent Morrow?
Yes.
Susan Deco?
Yes.
Daniel McCann.
Yes.
Robert Zant.
Yes.
April Conona.
No.
Carl Ruggiero.
Yes.
Andrew Gianelli.
Yes.
Charles Lang.
Yes.
Robert Cugelati.
Yes.
Gerald Massaro. Yes. Jesse Crusoe. 13 in favor, 1 opposed.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the council again for all the work, the hard work they did in spending on the conference on the fitness budget. Motion to adjourn the meeting, motion by Councilman Morrow, second by Councilman Deckel. All in favor? Aye. Adjourn, thank you.